AyoGG, welcome to the 8th episode of the AyoGG podcast in the special edition for Girls Planet 999. Today, episode 8. And as always, I'm not discussing this new episode of Girls Planet alone. No, today I am once again with my friend Payne. Hello!
Hello.
And well, guys, today may maybe be the last episode of this podcast because I'm done. I'm out. The show is absolutely over for me. No, of course not. It's not that bad. Well, it is that bad, but I try to still hang on for you guys. Um, because what happened today? Today's episode was once again one of those special and highly emotional elimination episodes. It was the second elimination we witnessed today, and that was the biggest part of the episode today. But before we jumped right into like the the heartbreaking moments of this episode, we first got a bit of an introduction for the new songs that the girls are going to perform in the next 2 weeks, I guess, for the creation missions. Because if you guys remember, we as as the viewers were able to vote for the creation mission songs. So we had 4 songs which we were able to like vote members into. So the 4 songs were, if I'm wait, let me check that for a second. What exactly the name of the song? So we had Snake, we had Utopia, we had You Plus Me Equals Love, and we had the song Shoot. And today we got to see which members got selected into which songs. They found themselves in those in the rooms. But before that happens, of course, we had to have, as always, when it's about songs getting revealed, a wall reveal. The most exciting part of every episode. And today, as always, of course, we got huge reactions from the girls. Of course, every time when a wall is revealed, the girls need to go crazy. And this time, there was absolutely nothing on this wall. Not even some kind of stickers. No, this time it was just a blank white wall. For a reason, because we got some videos projected on it, and what we saw there were the like introduction videos for the songs that we already got to see in the app when we voted for the girls. Maybe we can, before we start into getting like the behind the scenes, what happened when the girls got together, our once again state our opinions on the songs. How about you start? Is there a
Oh,
song you remember especially, which you're looking forward to especially?
yeah. For me, there are pretty much 2. So I would point out once Snake, the Moomba kinder
Yeah,
type of song.
let me summarize it again. What Mnet wrote, what the
Yeah,
song is: a Moombathon song describing a mysterious and powerful snake whose plan is to steal everyone's hearts.
exactly. I'm really looking forward to this ones, cause yeah, this is a song you kinda can imagine a bit like, yeah, a crushy concept, a bit more like that maybe. Um and so yeah, I have or when we had to vote them, uh yeah, I was like, okay, who has a huge expression, who can be fierce as well, but on the other side elegant, and yeah, who has the aura, would Sumi said, say,
The
and
aura.
and yeah, so this is one of the songs I'm really looking forward, and the other one, for me, I'm really looking forward to is You plus me equals love. I don't like to yeah, speak it out like that. I don't have a problem with the name looking at it. So like it looks okay for me, and the meaning behind it is okay as well for me, but if you just call the song "You plus me equals love," it sounds
Yeah, in my
so
it's a
bad.
terrible song name in my opinion. But to give you
And
guys some context, "You Plus Me Equals Love" is an up-tempo electronic dance song with a rhythmical melody about the formula you and I making. Once again, this is Mnet is responsible for this. The formula you and I making big love. Mnet. Okay? Not, I'm not responsible for this. Yeah.
yeah. So, cause yeah, it pretty much had some generic kind of some generic parts in it, but on the other side, it is a kind of dance song, so it's going in this direction. Um, and yeah, I really liked out of the 30 seconds we got, where I guess we got the most of the part of the chorus. It sounded like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, where you have the combination out of vocal and vocalized uh, chorus plus um, the rap kind of rap sections in the chorus, and I'm just a sucker for that, and that's why it really sounded. I like fast-paced songs as well, so yeah, that's pretty much my style. But I have to see how the whole song will be, cause if the other parts are too generic and too lame, then yeah, I don't know. So Snake overall and seems to be just a better song maybe from what I've
Mm.
heard, cause yeah, it's not that generic and it sounds exciting.
Yeah, Snake's definitely my favorite too. I also like Utopia because it has, in my opinion, a bit of a like fairy-ish
Hmm.
magical touch to it, which is always something I quite enjoy if it is done right. That's important.
Hmm.
But based on the people who are part of it, quite some people that I actually voted in there, I'm quite hopeful about the whole thing. By the way, Utopia is a dance pop song with an energetic melody portraying the hopeful message from the girls who try to fulfill their dreams. So it has also a beautiful meaning, guys. A beautiful meaning in a fairy like sound. What could possibly go wrong?
You
And the
mean the
last. Yeah.
you mean the 11 from 10 like concepts explanation.
Exactly. And the last song is Shoot, which is a song from the genre synth wave and synth pop, which is pretty cheerful and about girls who remind us of Murphy's Law. Still don't really get it. This explanation of what exactly Murphy's Law is doing in all of this, but that's just how Mnet described it. Yeah, those are the four songs the girls are going to perform, and what we saw is how the girls are getting called out one by one to enter the rooms they have been assigned to, and we already talked about it while we watched the episode. It was most of the times instantly clear which song was going to be in which room when the first members entered. Like, for
Mm.
example, the second Sue Ritchie entered the room, I knew, okay, Snake. It was just
Yeah,
clear from the beginning. The
that's true.
second we had, like, at the cutie room, it was
Yeah.
instantly clear that it's going to be Shoot, and so on.
Yeah, even if you know this moment when some other members joined the snake room and we were kind of like, okay, that seems sus. Not that it's going to be an something else, but yeah, that's just something. Cause I guess were so many girls that, of course, some would join songs that maybe not 100% fit their um, first uh, yeah.
Mm.
So the first charm.
Yeah.
But overall, I'm going with that. Yeah, it was pretty obvious, and that's something we had in the last seasons of the produced series as well. That you really kind of, I don't know, if the viewer or the sorry, Planet Guardians are going to choose concept wise, that's something where you can trust the people the most, I would say.
Yeah.
To kind of choose for the members in the show.
I'm happy that you said Plant Guardians. Before I wanted to say a national producers, and I'm like, "Ah! Careful, wrong,
Same.
wrong.
No
Don't do
problem.
it. They're completely different. Okay. But yeah, something also important for those creation missions is that the benefits, of course, we always have to know about the benefits of the winner for the creation missions are going to be that they're going to get 2 times the votes that are acquired in the last 24 hours before voting. So a really familiar kind of benefit that they're going to get.
Yep.
And after they got assigned, it was time for the creation mission, kind of like training, part assigning, and stuff like this. Important or interesting to point out is that the groups are getting split into 2 teams there, which means that each song group had 2 people responsible for killing parts, but if I'm not mistaken, always one leader. So one leader for both the teams, but 2 killing part people that got assigned. And the first group we jumped into was the U plus me equals love team, in which we had a little battle of the killing parts between Door and G1 especially. And we saw both of them, performing the song in front of the Planet Masters. And Door was the killing part member of the one team, and G1 of the other. And both were actually praised a lot. Door was praised for delivering the killing part in a really special and cool way. And G1, and there is a little quote I want to say, "You were meant to do the killing part." So it looks like both of them were able to fully convince the Planet Masters of their skills. But the question is, were they also able to convince the Planet Guardians of their skills? This we will find out later. Because if they didn't, all of this, what I just said, absolutely doesn't matter. Because then they won't perform in the song.
That's how the series works. I don't know why they are doing this every time over and over again. I hate it that they
Drama.
are just letting them train for I don't know how long this is actually, maybe a week or something like that. And then just to kick out half of them, reform all the girls new. That's something.
2 reasons. First, drama. For the
Yeah.
viewers, because they see, oh, my favorite is doing so well, and oh my god, my favorite was just kicked, and now she won't be able to perform this amazing part. First, this, and secondly, of course, it also creates drama within the groups, because when it's reassigned, you have people that have to switch the groups, then have to learn more, then there's a lot potential for people messing up, and within the group, getting some kind of distress, and yeah, that's what Mnet needs and wants
Yeah,
from
kind of,
them.
I guess. I guess you're right. But still, I'm not super happy about it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's something personal.
Yeah,
Uh,
I know. I thought for a second, do I like it? And I have to say, I kind of like it. I'm a little
yes,
drama bitch.
you
I'm a little
you
drama
do?
bitch. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
I,
Okay.
I,
I-
I mean, by now, after today, my heart is bleeding. It is shattered into pieces. So what the hell? Now everyone is supposed to suffer. Okay? why
Okay.
why should everyone else be happy when I can be?
That's, by the way, something you can write in the comments, guys, if you want to. Tell us if you like this kind of concept. I mean, as I said, we have this in kind of every produce
Yeah.
series show, so that's nothing special, but I'm really interested in the opinion if this is more a likable thing or I don't know.
Are you
Maybe
like
not.
me or are you normal? That's basically the question. Okay,
Okay.
next up we jumped to the Snake team, um, which once again is a team with quite a lot of popular members at the moment. And there we had a quite interesting situation coming up. I think it's also the team we spent the most time with
Mhm.
for reasons. Because there was the leader battle, guys. A leader battle between Dion and who else could it be? Miss Chai Bing. Both of them wanted to be the leader, and it went a bit back and forth because we had Chinese members who voted for Chai Bing, and the other members voted for Dion. But the ratio of the people within this team was so so balanced that in the end I think we had 6 versus 6 or something like this in the
Mhm.
leader voting. So it was a tie. So the question was, who is going to become the leader? Then we had Dion, who said, okay, you know what? I'm going to withdraw from being a leader because the amount of Chinese members. She thought, okay, we have so many Chinese members that it may be easier if we have a Chinese leader because then everything will go on faster because they can communicate in Chinese. But then the other members, not Chinese members, jumped up and opposed this decision of Dion and said, "Wait a second, we know that you are an amazing leader, Dion. We know that you can teach us fast, and we think that if Chai Bing is going to talk mostly in Chinese, this will slow the rest of us down." So there was quite of a difficult time they had in selecting the leader. Later on, they decided that the two of them, so Dion and Chai Bing, should decide on who's going to be the leader. So they left the room and talked it out. And after they came back, they covered the left side of their chest, where normally the sticker, the leader sticker, is sticking. And that was the moment where we all thought, okay, they decided, and now they're going to play a little game. Then reveal their chest, and we will see, alright, Chai Bing or Dion is the leader. They did it, and plot twist, none of them wore the badge. And everyone's like, what the hell is happening right now? Was it Mnet? I still think there was an Mnet staff that said, hey, come on girls, let's do it like this. Because they knew that this was going to produce drama, which it did. Um, and the two of them said, okay, you know what? Let's do it like this. Today, Chai Bing is going to be leader. Tomorrow, Dion is going to be leader. And then we're going to decide who's going to be leader in the end.
Did they say like that? Because
I
at the
think,
end it was
yeah,
at the end it turned out to be a half a day, right? So
yeah,
one
maybe it
half.
was half a day, her half. I'm not quite sure, but they definitely said first you, then the other one. I'm not
Okay,
quite
yeah.
sure about the time scale, but that's also not important. But they said first you, then Dion.
Mhm.
And that's what happened. And well, what did we see? We basically saw the same thing that we already saw last week, with Chai Bing being the leader in Salute. It didn't really work out. She seems to have problems with quickly deciding on choreographies, on positions. Also, it once again looked a bit like she didn't take the opinion of the others really into consideration. Or maybe she just. I'm not sure if she didn't want to put them into consideration, or if she simply has problems with using the input of others. That I'm not sure, but we had this side, and on the other side we had Dion, who, yeah, seems just to be like a more natural leader. Because we saw her also sitting in the corner with a little sketchbook, where we saw her having drawn circles with names on it, and on the circles she with like arrows she was drawing down the position changes and stuff like this. So she approached this whole topic in a really like tactical way, which was super interesting for me to look at.
Mhm.
And also, which we heard in like individual interviews, took the opinion of the others into consideration. So,
Mhm.
long story short, in the end, Chai Bing decided to step down and give Dion the leader position, which is definitely the best choice there. Because I think what we learned by now is that Chai Bing is simply no leader. Um,
Yeah.
Maybe she can learn it later on, but at this point, she has to learn a lot. At the moment, this doesn't work.
Yeah, that's true.
So, that was the majority of the time we spent with the Snake team. Next up is Team Shoot. And in Team Shoot, it was a really strange sight to be in this team, honestly, because when we jumped into the team, they were currently selecting the leader, and Eugene was like asking, okay, who wants to be leader? No one raised their hand. Absolutely
Mhm.
no one. Everyone was just looking around like, if you want, I don't really. So in the end, Eugene was like, okay, guess I'll do it. If no one was okay, I
Yeah.
guess I'll do it. Then it was time to choose the main vocal. And Eugene was asking, okay, who wants to be main vocal? And everyone was like, um, honestly, not really. Once again, no one volunteered to be the freaking main vocal. And you know me by now, guys, but this is something that I simply cannot accept. I cannot accept no one like having the courage and like even the drive to apply for such a position. Like if you say, okay, I want to try to be main vocal, then you demonstrate your skills, and then the people others say, nah, I don't think you suit the main vocal position. That's okay. But if you don't even try from the very beginning, especially if no one else is saying I want to be the main vocal, what the fuck? Why are you in this stupid competition?
I can't even understand how this could happen. That everyone in this group is like that.
Not a single one.
So like not a single one was like, "Oh damn, they are all scared. That's my moment."
Yeah, no one. It also I thought I saw it in like Eugen's eyes where she was like, "What the fuck? Huh?
Yeah.
Are you sure?" I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was also Eugen that said, like in all her previous teams, it was always like, "Who wants to be main vocal?" and everyone was like raising their hand, or leader, or center, or
Yeah.
whatever. And now, no one. Like, what kind of situation is this? So yeah, the cutie team, which is Shoot, was definitely lacking a shitload of determination. Which I'm really, really, really not happy about.
Mhm.
So in the end, Eugen said, okay, I'll do it, I guess. Also. And yeah, Eugen takes the role of main vocal. And she was quite nervous, because she said that the role of main vocal is really something that she's not used to. And then she also got told that the song is pretty tough for a main vocal, which is, of course, not exactly the thing you want to hear when you just decided to be main vocal because no one else would, and your your confidence in your vocal skills is maybe not the absolute peak. But yeah, she got the position as the main vocal. But what we saw when she performed in front of the Planet Masters was that she did quite a good job. She also got praised for it, and it looks like Eugen may be able to establish herself as a like really solid vocal through this performance of Shoot. What do you think?
Yeah. For me, I was pretty much rooting for her the whole time, and I was like, okay, come on, Eugen, kind
Mm,
of try to show your vocals, and we often in the previous episodes of this podcast as well had the discussion because yeah, she couldn't really show it, and even you were like, huh, you couldn't hear it yet,
mm,
and so that could be maybe the moment for her to maybe show you her more vocal knowledge and vocal skills
yeah.
she learned over the years. Even if she is not used to it, she can do it. But yeah, she just has to practice.
Yeah, we know her. We know her dancing skill. We know her like regular vocal skill, but how her skills are in like the harder like main vocal ranges, that we don't know yet. So this is going to be really interesting.
Yes.
And last but not least, we had the team Utopia with, no surprise there, leader Bora. Of course, if Bora's in the team, she's the leader. There's absolutely no discussion in that. Also, where is absolutely no discussion is that if Bora's in the team, she's the freaking main vocal, okay? So, in this group, thankfully, we got 4 people who volunteered to be main vocals, and in the end, Bora and Rina got the main vocal positions in their respective teams. And another thing that we saw is that it looks like Bora's leading skill is once again shining brightly through all the members of this team. Like it always looks like Bora is the biggest sunshine when she's teaching you something, like a mother caring for you. This is unbelievable, and seriously, I want to be part of this team of Utopia just to be taught by Bora, because it's like this is so feel good. This is, oh, you feel so great when Bora's come to, okay, now let's do it like this. No, not like this. Do it like this. You know, in a super warm and motherly voice. Oh my god, love it.
Yeah, definitely.
And that was already it from the like introduction training period that we got with the creation mission songs. And after that we got a little like in between clip, product placement. My favorite part of the produced shows. Yeah, and this was once again such a terrible example of product placement. Like, you can't make product placement more fake and more obvious than they have done. Like, it can't be so difficult to like think about something maybe fun or something that somehow fits into the flow of the show, to like showcase in this part here makeup. Then
Mhm.
they are doing it. Like, they're sitting there on the makeup chairs, getting the makeup smashed into their face, and they're like, "Oh my god, I look so good with this makeup." And oh my god, this makeup is amazing. And you're like, "Oh my god, this is how fake can you do product placement?" Like,
Yeah, I mean,
oh,
it was like I'm not 100% sure, but it was like um one was putting on makeup, and then it was like, oh, that looks super good. Yeah, it has to be the makeup.
Mm.
And I was like, ah.
And this hurts. By what, this hurts so much? Like, huh?
Oh,
God.
damn.
Oh,
Mnet.
So I really hated this product placement. This was, in my opinion,
Yeah.
the worst product placement they had. Because this was so out of place. It just suddenly appeared. There was nothing natural about it. Um, and this is quite impressive because you have shown the girls in like one of the most natural situations, like them at the like beauty studio, you know, where they're getting their hair and makeup done, and you
Mhm.
managed to make even that like out of place, to make that look like unnatural. Like, huh? How? Is it just that they got the girls which are the worst like actresses of the whole bunch, or uh, I
I
didn't
don't know
get
as
it.
well.
I
No.
didn't get it, and that was absolutely terrible. Speaking of absolutely terrible, it was time for the ranking announcement.
Ah, just quit it.
Okay, that was it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it.
Oh, damn.
No.
No, no,
I
no.
enjoyed the episode, guys. Don't worry. Well, I enjoyed that part that didn't break my heart. Ranking announcement. It was time. The girls gathered once again. They walked into the room, and this time they looked much more anxious than the last time, because if you remember the last time, when they walked in with their cells, they were all like holding hands or doing some kind of skits when they entered the room. But this time, if I'm not mistaken, they were mostly pretty serious when they walked to their respective seats.
Mhm.
And yeah, well, it was time. Jingoo entered. We're not talking about him right now. This is the grand finale, as always. Um, and it was time for the ranking announcement. The first info that we got was that the votings came in from 167 countries all around the globe, and we got, all in all, an astonishing amount of 43,648,173 votes. Whew,
Mhm.
amazing.
That's a number.
That is a huge ass number, and in the end, only 27 girls will survive this episode. Which members survived this episode, you're asking yourself right now? Well, let's dive into it. And since we are Mnet suckers, we are doing it exactly the same way. We are starting with position 7.
Oh, no.
Yes, position number 7 from the Chinese girls was Fu Yanning. Fu Yanning was actually, how we learned, originally on position number 8, but through her benefit, she was able to jump up one position to the number 7. The Japanese number 7 is Ikema Ruan, and the Korean number 7 is, and that was quite a surprise for me, Boda. Boda jumped
Mhm.
from, what was she previously? 14? 15? Something like this?
Yeah, something like that.
To position 7. So her angelic way of leading plus her outstanding vocal talent made her rise up in the hearts of the, not national producers, planet guardians, um, to number 7, which is really impressive. Really, really impressive. So congratulations, Bora. But please don't. Please don't rise higher. This is enough. Bora, stop.
She did it.
She did it.
She
She did
she
everything I
yeah.
have ever wanted from her. Please don't, God, please. I want your cherry bullet. Okay, next up we have number 6. The number 6 girls from China. We have here Chen Xin Wei. From the Japanese girls, we have Kishida Rika. And number 6, from the Korean girls, we have Gin Mia. Is there a member you want to talk more about?
No, not
All
so far.
right. Then we continue. If you guys want to talk more about one of the members, write it in the comments and let us know.
Exactly.
Chinese number 5. And that is probably the most surprising and interesting jumps in positions. Number 5 for Chinese girls, we have Wen She. And if you guys remember, in the last voting, Wang She was saved through the planet pass. Normally, she would have been out, but she managed to jump to position 5, which is really impressive in my opinion.
Definitely.
Number 5 of the Japanese girls is Nagai Manami. And number 5 of the Korean girls is So Young Un, which is something that makes me especially happy because Young Un really is one of my, if not the favorite of me for the Koreans at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys remember, she was the show stealer, I want to say, in the My House performance that we have seen last week. And yeah, it looks like the people also really enjoyed that, and that made her getting the number 5 position for the Korean girls. Number 4 for China, we have our difficult leader, Chai Bing, which I'm happy about because I still love my girl Chai Bing, but maybe not as a leader. Number 4, we have another person I'm so happy about, Nonaka Shana. And number 4 of the Koreans, we have Kang Ye So. Do you want to add a comment here?
Yeso was, I guess, second in the last one.
Mhm.
So she was holding
For the
for
Koreans?
3. Yeah.
Mhm.
Because she was in top 9 as number 8, and just Yujin was before her.
Mhm.
So yeah, she dropped there, sadly. Um, yeah, it's a bit sad to be honest, but actually I don't know why she dropped. I don't know. Maybe so we had um we had a performance, and she even got the killing part of it in Fate.
Maybe the people
And
listened too much to my opinion when I said that she overacted in the performance. Maybe it's my
maybe
fault.
maybe it's your fault.
I'm
We
sorry,
don't
yes,
know.
I'm sorry. It was my intention.
But yeah. So I'm as I said, it's a bit sad, but yeah, it's
Mhm.
not as like I'm super crying now, cause she still has the chance. She's still in the upper territorium of it, so
That's
yeah,
true.
let's see.
Maybe I could imagine that the problem is not that. I think Yeso probably she continued to do what she has always has done. Like she
Mhm.
was, I think, just equally as present in everything as she has been before. But
Mhm.
others simply, yeah, shined more in the past few weeks. I guess that's probably the thing. I don't think that Yeso has like reduced her way of like the amount of screen time she got or the amount of effort she put into something or the amount of skill she showed, but probably some others were just able to show more, maybe something like this, because
It's
I do get also what you say. I was a bit surprised that she dropped 2 positions.
yeah. That's super interesting. I guess I'm talking about that again, or yeah. Let's do a discussion about that later on, because I don't want
Mhm.
to take forward who's first and stuff like that, but I have something to say to that fact. But I want
All
you
right.
to just do to first place first.
All right. Then we continue with the pole positions. Number 3 of the Chinese girls, we have Wang Xingxiao. Number 3 of the Japanese girls, we have Izaki Hikaru. Rambo. And and we have number 3 of the Korean girls, Kim Da Yeon. Wanna add something?
No, not really. So that's still it's not like I'm I don't see them there on that yeah on that place I say. So but um it's a range where I'm not 100% sure. So I'm not totally rooting for most of them, of the three. So that's why
Mhm.
I didn't have them really covered up totally. So yeah, that were names that are pretty new in that range, right? So they were going up like every one of them, I
Hikaru
guess.
too?
No, Hikaru not. It's true.
The other
Hikaru
two,
was
right? Yeah, Kim
yeah.
Daeon and Wang Xingxiao.
Right. Hikaru was second before. That's
What was
true.
Daeon? Wasn't she pretty high? Oh, I don't know. I
That's a yeah.
don't remember.
That's the problem with Koreans, cause we just saw in the top 9 like 8 was Yeso and 9 was
Mm,
Chaeyoung. I don't know. Koreans are pretty low compared to Japanese and Chinese.
which will be
At
really
least
important later on.
yeah. So I don't know if she was high before, but yeah, my I was more looking at Japanese and Chinese maybe because of that. I don't know, but yeah,
Mm,
it was a bit surprising to see their names there.
okay. Number 2 on for the Chinese girls is my girl Surichi. Number 2, Sakamoto Mashiro for Japan, and for Korea, Kim Chae-hyun.
Hmm.
And the pole position. Number 1 for the Chinese girls, Sheng Xiaoting. Number 2 for the Japanese girls, Kawaguchi Yurina. And number 1 for Korea, Choi Yu Jin. But those were all the not interesting places, guys. The most interesting places are, of course, always the last ones. So we have a position 8 for the Chinese, Yu Yi Jin. For the Japanese ones, we all need to be strong now, Mei. And for the Korean ones, Hyuning Bahi. Now, what do we say to all of that? Now you can talk without having to take
Do
something
you?
away. I'm going to say.
I'm just going to yeah talk about May first, cause that is the
Hmm.
topic right now. Wow.
Wow.
Mnet. Mnet. That's I guess this is the okay. We have to kind of explain this. Before we go to the it's hard, but before we go to the Planet Pass, yeah.
Hmm.
You and we knew it before, so we both saw sadly the Planet Pass before. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Um. Otherwise, if I wouldn't have known before, I guess this would have been my most boiling up moment. But in the case that I already knew it, the May thing was the most whatever shit that happened for me. Like, I was super, super confident that May is going to be super high. Why? Because people don't need a reason to vote for her. So I guess, or I was guessing, okay, they are just going to continue that way. And I thought like, okay, that could be. So she is very sure for me, on the top, and I was even going further. I was like, okay, she is pretty easy, top 9. Somehow she's going to do it, and then she wasn't mentioned, and she even yeah, I don't know. She it was about the top 3, and she wasn't called out. I was like, okay, done, and I was happy. Shit, I was so happy. And then I forgot a bit about the last place. Then we were going for that, and even then I was like, nah, that would be too. That seemed too scripted. Like that would make no sense. I was
Nothing
just
is too
thinking.
scripted for Mnet.
I was just thinking, okay, she will drop out now, and I was going to I don't know, to buy balloons and stuff like that, and I was just going to be happy. Yeah, I was so exciting, and then yes, surprisingly, she was the one that got called out of 2 for
Yeah.
the last.
By the way, to put this into perspective,
Yeah.
why we always say that we're so happy when Cherry Bullet member
True,
don't play so
true.
high. Just in case you haven't listened to previous episodes of the podcast, we love Cherry Bullet. That's exactly the problem, because we don't want them to be out of Cherry Bullet. That's why
Exactly.
we always hoped, okay, get far, but don't don't get in the freaking group, and
Yeah.
that's why we have been really anxious about this whole topic, especially May, because she has been so high in the last ranking that we were like, oh shit.
Right, she was
May.
top. She was maybe in the if we look at the whole stuff from 1 to 57, I would guess she was like 11th, maybe something like that, round about it. And I was like, okay, that seems so true. And it was all setting up for her to go. She could have go together with another girl.
Just say it.
With G1, because she isn't
With
going to get
G1.
the Planet Pass, sadly. Okay, I'm just saying it now.
That's okay.
They could have just go together, home, preparing, slowly start to preparing for the comeback. Slowly waiting for Bora, slowly starting preparing. But no.
Taking with them the popularity they gained.
Exactly. Doing some videos and covers on YouTube.
Yeah,
with
be part of
them
Cherry on Air again.
for the popularity.
And the
to
next Cherry
use
boxes.
It was so good. And then my dream got crushed. Immediately.
And then Jingoo crushed your dreams.
Immediately.
Yeah.
It was like, damn, she got, of course, she was ranked 8.
Yeah, the thing for me, it was no surprise because I knew.
Okay.
I knew that G1 was in beforehand that G1 was the only Cherry Bullet member that would drop out, and since I also knew the Planet Passes, the Planet Pass, so I knew, okay, there's only one scenario where May can continue being in here. So yeah, that was it was an interesting situation.
Yeah, like I mean, I really enjoy her now to see the performance of her, cause she is in You Plus Me equals Love. I guess she was there. I guess. she was there?
Yeah,
It's
could
kinda
be.
in my
I
head.
think so. Yeah, I'd say 2, but I'm not 100% sure. I wouldn't bet on it.
Okay. And that's super, super good for me, but I'm a bit scared now for the future because I don't know. I don't know what there's going on. Do you want to continue with the Planet Pass and the top 9? Because then I'm going to talk about something that has to do with the roads, and I'm just want to do it after the
Yeah,
top
I
9.
can do the shortly. The only thing I want to mention here is that I am a bit more positive about the May situation
Mhm.
since she dropped.
True.
Where I'm
Definitely.
like, okay, so you go another round, get that popularity girl, and then come back to Cherry Bullet. But with Bora, I'm like, fuck. I mean, yes, you get that popularity. And I'm freaking happy that Bora is getting finally some recognition. Like, see, this has been so long overdue. But now I'm like, shit, don't get too much popularity now, Bora. Like, they just switched places for me. Like, May is now in a situation where I'm like, okay, this could end soon. And Bora is like, girl, that trend you're just rolling with at the moment is kind of frightening me.
Yeah, she's
But
skyrocketing.
yeah, and
Right.
she's again skyrocketing. I'm like, but we
Uh,
will see. Now, next up, we had the Planet Passes, which, as we know, through the Planet Pass, the Planet Masters are able to save one person from each nationality which normally would have been eliminated by the votes of the Planet Guardians. For the Chinese ones, we had Tsu Xin Yu, who got saved. For the Japanese ones, Kamimoto, Kotone, and for the Korean ones, Kim Soo Yeon.
yes.
Want me to continue, or do you want to celebrate first?
I'm going to celebrate.
Okay.
Buying the balloons wasn't for nothing. Yeah, it's I mean, I really was anxious about her, and it's not. It wasn't. It was. Yeah. So like, I wasn't scared for nothing. She
Mhm.
literally just dropped out from her number 8. She was the last time. She dropped down to 10, the 10th place, I guess. And yeah,
Mhm.
of course, I'm happy about that. Not the Masters Mnet was using the Planet Pass to
You
save her.
see, we trust Mnet a lot.
um, and yeah, for me, it's definitely calling the rigging pass. So
The
there's nothing
good
else.
old rigging. Yeah, I mean, Mnet had to make sure that they still get some ways of telling, of like keeping certain people in the whole show. And the
Exactly.
Plant Pass was a nice idea of
Yeah.
them. I give them
So
that.
of course, I'm super super happy about that. That she's still in, and she's my one. I have voted for her because I want to see her in the group. Of course, she got saved by the Planet Pass. I mean, we already had Wang Jie, who did it. Like, she
That's true.
was skyrocketing after the Planet Pass.
Hmm.
If Suyeon is doing this from where she's now, she could be in the group, but
Yeah.
compared to the other ones, it's super super hard for her. So it's
At
super
least
super hard.
finale, she has really good chances to get in there
Yeah,
if she's
that's true.
doing the same as Wang She. And
Exactly.
then, yeah.
And yeah, so I'm, as I said, I'm super happy. I love the performance of her. Um, of course, I'm 11 from 10 biased there, but I'm still I'm still saying it. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to vote for her every day. And let's see where this is going. I'm excited.
All right. Then we continue with the Planet Top 9. So with the creme de la creme of the trainees. So the 9 girls with the absolute most amount of votes. And there we have on position 9 for Korea, Kim Chae-hyun. On number 8 for China, Chai Bing. On number 7 from China, Huang Xingxiao. Number 6 from China, Su Li-chi. Number 5, Korea, Choi Yu-jin. Number 4, Japan, Isaki Hikaru. Number 3, Japan, Sakamoto Mashido. Number 2, Japan, Kawaguchi Yurina. And number 1, China, Sheng Xiao Ting.
Yes.
What a ranking. And the first thing that is kind of like popping into your eyes is the same thing that we already got the last time when we had the Planet Top 9. The Korean girls look a bit it looks a bit intimidating for Korean girls, this whole ranking, because as we see, the number 2 of Korea is only on the 9th place in this entire top 9 ranking. So the number 2 of Korea is even behind the top 4, the number 4 of China, which is Chai Bing. And this is it's a bit scary, in my opinion. Like,
Definitely.
this huge difference in votes, and this is something which will be really important the next time. Why? Because from the next voting on, correct me if I'm wrong, the nationalities will be completely. It will be completely pointless. It won't matter anymore which nationality you have. It won't be anymore like 3 girls, like 1 Japanese, 1 Chinese, and 1 Korean girl survives. No, it doesn't matter. If you don't have enough votes, you're out no matter your nationality. And I already said that when we watched it, this could be like the big massacre. Like for the Korean girls. This could really, really, really end badly for them. What do you say?
Yeah, the same. I was scared since the last time when I saw Yujin on 5 as the first Korean. Then we had Yeso on 8 and Chaeyoung on 9. It wasn't that clear in the last time as this time when we saw the votes. That visible as this one, and there I'm going to the point I wanted to talk about, cause we pretty much saw all of the important votes. What really is interesting, cause there were some changes and some numbers I'm really thinking about. Like the thing Yurina had like 4.6 million the last time, and she just stayed with that. So the votes were resetted, and she got like kind of the same amount on votes. But on the other hand, Jing Chao got or skyrocketed from 4 million to 5.5.
You mean Shouting?
Shouting, yeah. And I'm like, or I feel like, cause the overall votes, they said it in the episode. How much votes we got more?
Yeah. Uh, I don't remember.
But it was a huge amount.
Yeah, definitely.
And it felt like many of the girls stayed with their votes. And I can kinda imagine that for like May maybe as well. That she really didn't get that many less votes.
She simply
Others
didn't
just
gain more.
yeah,
Yeah.
and other just gained more. Um, and I'm really interested how this is going to continue. I mean, like Koreans seem like it seems like they are just not getting that much. It's still it's a I mean like we had Mashiro and Mashiro was like third in Korea. So she got super a good amount on the Korean votes that are counting as the half of the other votes as well. Um, so yeah, I guess that seems like pretty much over for the Korean ones.
Yeah.
For me, it's pretty much over to be honest. I guess we have Eugen pretty much safe in it. She might still she still might drop.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit concerned about it. We got don't get me wrong, Chaehyun on
Chaehyun.
number 9
Mhm.
as the second one. So we even got a dropout from the Koreans now. We had 3 in the last one. Now it's 2. And it's not super or the chances are still there that maybe we are going to be with one Korean in the whole group.
Yeah. I mean, due to the missing nationality ratio in the group, this could be a really interesting K-pop group that is getting formed there. It's
Yeah,
definitely going to be a unique one.
yeah.
um, I'm really super interested in how all of this is going to turn out. I also would be really surprised if Eugen would not be in the final group.
Hmm?
Like if something is happening there, I still could imagine it happen, but that
Yeah.
would be a surprise. That's for sure. Because I honestly I don't know who else should fill like her place um, as a Korean in the group.
Hmm.
Worst case scenario, no Korean girl is landing in the group.
I mean,
But no, that's definitely not going to happen. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I really feel like this is the big, huge revenge the national voters are taking on Mnet for Produce 48. I just this
yeah.
this always pops into my head when I see those rankings here.
I kind of see that as well. I mean, it's a bit like or for me, this series um or these votings and these numbers are kinda proving that it's might be not uh yeah the kind of Mnet rigging in the votes because I've even was reading some stuff like yeah that they have a new mechanic doing this with the votes and somehow
Oh no. Oh no.
somehow the production is just getting yeah the end of the votes so short before the announcement. So something like they are doing it over some other way, so that they have somehow a new mechanic that they can't really fake it, like it's in some of the German TV shows. I don't know if you are familiar with that, where totally or where a person is doing this stuff with the votes, who's totally, I don't know how to call this person.
Notary.
Yeah, right. Who's doing this? And I guess they are going to do this kind of stuff, or somehow in the way. I was reading stuff like that. So, and they are even, that was an August reveal they did. So when the show was starting, that they said they are going to play more open and visible with the votes. What they did at the end, as it seems, and I even would say I can trust into all of the fans, into all the Planet Guardians, that the votes would seem like that. So, like, having girls like Yurina on the top.
Yeah, but that's how you know that Mnet's rigging is working, if you think like that.
Maybe. I mean, I'm pretty sure if Sion is getting into the group, for me, it's 100% confirmation that Mnet is rigging. So, and I wouldn't be that mad, you know? But it feels like Mnet can't do it that way.
I have never been mad about Mnet's rigging, honestly. Until now, all the groups Mnet has rigged together were pretty amazing, so.
Yeah, I mean, many were more concerned about stuff like how they rigged the places from 1 to 12 or 11, depends which group. I guess that was more the and I still don't know why you have to rig it like that. In that case, Mnet, why do you put so much effort
Money.
But yeah, it really feels like Mnet had put out some Japanese in the last group, so now we are going to put out some Koreans this time.
Oh yeah, no Koreans for you, Mnet.
And I'm a bit sad about it, cause that hurts for girls like Doa who are really trying hard.
I mean,
can't achieve something.
I mean, seriously, what I really have to say is that the amount of quality within the Korean girls is like so high, and especially in this episode, I will also later on mention the girls that dropped out. There are some girls which really, it's not just, and now I'm saying her name, Jongmin, that is breaking my heart. There are a lot more girls which I really like rooted for, which have been just killed in this episode.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of them Korean. This really is an interesting way. All of this is yeah. All of this is like going. And I didn't expect that in the beginning, especially after the very first episode, if you guys remember, where we talked about the fact that like Korean votes like 50% and the rest of the world 50%. We were like, what the fuck is that? Like Korea alone 50? What kind of rigging is that? Well,
Yeah.
looks like not rigging enough. Or the Koreans just don't want any Koreans in the group. I don't know what it is. But yeah, one thing that we know for sure is that Germans want Sheng Xiaoting in the group.
Yeah.
Because we learned that Sheng Xiaoting was #1 in 61 countries, including Germany.
Germany!
Woo! We were mentioned!
I was voting for her, because yeah, Chinese, I don't have that much. She was in a Fate performance. Then I was voting for Suichi as well, and the third one was Wang Li, I guess.
One of my Chinese girls got snitched.
And do we want to talk about Wang Li? I don't think so. Um, another sad part in this episode.
Yeah.
Where I don't really can understand.
Yeah, we talk. Are we finished with this part? Because then we can continue. As I said, I'm going to mention the girls that dropped out.
Yeah.
Let's do that shortly. Then we can continue talk about all in all.
Okay.
About the rankings all in all. I'll start from the last places. Place 18. The girls that unfortunately dropped out. Here are our honorable mentions for the dropouts. Number 18, Korea, Lee Chae-yun. China, Lung Chuk-ying. Japan, Hayase Hana. 17, Korea, Choi Yi-young. Chinese, China, Wu Tami. Japan, Fujimoto Ayaka. 16, Ha Ji-won for Korea. China, Chia-yi. Japan, Shima Moka. 15 for Korea, Kim Hye-rim. China, Xu Nyen-tsu. 15 for Japan, Arai Risako. 14 Korea, Lee Hye-won. China, Zhang Lu-fei. 14 for Japan, Sakamoto Shihona. 13 Korea, An Jong-min. China, Tsu Xin-yu. Japan, Yamauchi Moana. 12 Korea, Jong Ji-yoon. China, Wang Ya-li. Japan, Kuwahara Ayana. 11 Korea, Yoon Ji-ah. China, Yang Ji-ge. Japan, Sakurai Miyu. 10 Korea, Kim Soo-yeon. Saved. China, Lee Yi-man. Japan, Kubo Raina. And the last girls that barely did not make it into the next round. Number 9, Korea, Kim Do-ah. China, Lang Chao. And Japan, Kamimoto Kotone. Let the tears flow. Yeah. To all those girls, it really breaks my heart. Like, seriously, there were some amazing girls in there. I really hope that all of you will like be able to continue to pursue your dream. And don't worry, just because you dropped out here, it is not over. We are on your side. Best of luck to all of you. Now,
Yep.
are there people you want to talk about?
Yeah, so.
Me too.
Hmm?
Me too.
Like, okay, I'm just talking about Wang Li first, cause maybe here are people who were listening to the last podcast as well.
And if you didn't, do that after you listen to this one, of course.
There was one episode where I was maybe fanboying a bit, slightly bit, about Wang Li. And maybe she grew on me on some kind of level where I was like, I could see her in the group.
If you wanna check that out, that was episode 4 of our podcast.
Yeah, and maybe it was not just 1 minute I invested into that talking. Maybe it was a bit longer, but take your time, guys. um, and yeah, if you notice, if you listen to this, you can kind of imagine how sad that made me that she wasn't, or she couldn't, make it even to the next round. We can't see a next performance of her after really phenomenal performance in the last one. Yeah, I'm going to cry now. It's your turn.
Wang Yali was definitely a heavy blow. I mean, if you guys have watched our episode 0, or listened to our episode 0 of the special edition here for Girls Planet of this podcast, where we were talking about the introduction videos of the girls before Girls Planet actually started. I already pointed out Yali as someone I am highly interested in, which is something that continued throughout the entire series. I always really, really, really liked her and her skill that she showcased for us, especially her really unique way of singing that she had, was always really a pleasure. And to see her go now is not a not a difficult thing. Exactly the opposite, actually. It's not an easy thing to do. So yeah, Yali, you will be missed. You will be highly missed.
Definitely.
And who also will be highly missed. Let's just stick with the position 12 here right now. Ji-yoon. Ah, God damn it. My lovely power vocal Ji-yoon. God have I loved her voice. I don't know why the world is hating beautiful voices. I don't know. But it looks like the better you sing, the more the people dislike you. That's the only way I can explain how Ji-yoon was not allowed to continue being part of this show. Ji-yoon, you have a big fan here. I'm really looking forward to whatever you're doing in the future. No, you come later. Who else do we have? Position 14, someone I'm going to really miss is Sang Lu-fei. Sang Lu-fei was a member which didn't really stand out much in the show. Not in performances and not in in the stuff in between. Like, she didn't get much screen time or stuff like this, but I loved her in her introduction video. And since then, every time when I saw her, something just clicked in me. Like, I really liked her aura, trademark Sunmi. I was always just drawn to her whenever I saw her on screen, which is something I really value in a person, because this is not something a lot of people achieve for me. I don't know what it is about her, but she really got me with it, and I will miss having this in the show. Okay, and another person I have to mention, G1. Position 16. How do I say this? Without it sounding bad. I'm happy that you're out. But I love you.
Okay, just straight up forward.
No, but I mean, I think by now people should know how I mean it.
Yeah.
The thing is, I would have loved to see more of her within the show,
Mhm.
But on the other hand, it would have made me so much more anxious if I would have seen her longer in the show. So I'm really looking forward to have her back at Cherry Bullet, to have her back, especially with Yuju, because those two together are just an essence of life for me.
Mhm.
They are such an amazing duo, and yeah, just the thought, seriously, just the thought of having you G1 back in Cherry Bullet is warming my heart. You can't believe this.
Mhm.
Um, and I really hope that she isn't too sad about it though, because like I don't want her to feel like she messed up or something, you know. I don't want her to feel like she wasn't good enough or shit like this, because what is really one thing I have to say to both, especially G1 and Boda, the way what they showcased in this show was highly impressive in my opinion. Like, they were able to showcase much more than they have been in Cherry Bullet, and I feel like especially Gibbon um, was able to really prove her vocals within the show. Because in
Mhm.
Cherry Bullet, I feel like the vocal parts were always like really done by, for example, Bora or Hayun. But
Mhm.
G1, I mean, she did when it came up to this, like for example, rap and stuff and sub vocal and stuff like this. But you really show, okay, G1, she freaking can sing for fuck's sake, and I was happy that she was able to showcase that within the show. Now, girl, relax, you deserve it. I already saw, I think it was on Instagram. Enjoy delicious food every day, please. Relax, go back to Cherry Bullet, and just rock the fuck out of K-pop with your group. Thank you. I
He
love you.
definitely deserves it.
Yeah. Before I, who else do we have? That is that I can like push before I go into that slump. Door,
Right.
door. Um,
Yeah.
this really hurts
Mhm.
because I feel like unlike G1, who, in my opinion, has now with the love and attention and the popularity they gained through the show, like what they can achieve with Cherry Bullet now. Unfortunately, I don't see that for Doa. Um, Maybe you have a different opinion, but I feel like Doa is in a tighter spot in that regard. And it the fact that she once again um, has to leave an Mnet show like the second time like that is just heartbreaking for me. And I would
Definitely.
really like to know what her thoughts are, or thoughts were, the moment she realized, okay, I'm not going to make it. Like, with what kind of thoughts are you leaving the show then, if you, as we know, have been participating previously in 48, and are also part of, what is it, Fanatics?
Mhm. Fanatics.
Um, which is also doing not well,
Nope.
if we are honest. So this, especially for her, I feel like this must be really really difficult. And I also, same goes for Doa. I really hope that she was able to gain enough popularity through this show, um, so that Fanatics is like at least getting a fair chance. But I am doubtful about that, honestly. What do you say?
Same. Cause if I'm right, it was um I don't know, it's really hard. Fanatics is a group that really can't break through. I really loved their debut song. I'm not super familiar with their, cause I guess Fanatics debuted with a subunit or stuff like that in 2018. I was just like 2019. I was the debut Sunday. I liked the song, and then they had 1 year, one comeback, and after that,
Mm.
after that, she immediately now was participating again in another survival show. So yeah, she wasn't produced. Kinda had a debut and a comeback then, and then yeah, she kinda just got into another um survival show cause I don't know why, but the entertainment had some plans with her, I guess. She is she is obviously the face, and she was since the beginning, cause she was in Produce 48.
Mm.
And I don't know. Do you know how high she was?
Oh no,
Okay,
I don't remember.
but I guess something was 20 or stuff like that. So she was pretty high, you could say. Um, and
23.
okay, and yeah, she was the face of the group. Then you heard nothing of the group, and the only thing you heard was Doa, cause she participated in a drama.
Yeah.
um, and yeah, after that, as I said, they had one comeback roundabout, and now she's in another competition show, or the entertainment said go there, and now she's once again. It's okay. It's maybe a bit earlier. I don't know how her final rank would be now. Maybe around about 23. I don't know. Um, but it hurts. It hurts because she's just. It feels like she's getting pushing around from the entertainment. Go here, go there, go here. Even without the entertainment has some plans how to continue with the group. And
And the
she
thing
is
is,
just
always going into such stressful situations like a survival
yeah,
show,
right.
which is really, really, really messing with your like psyche. Oh, this is
Yeah. And I'm super confident that the dropout out of this show isn't even is really bad for her mentality as well, especially for her. So like I guess it's different to G1, who kind of can recover maybe pretty fast from from it when she's kind of sad about it. But I guess for Dora, it's really something that's yeah, again, a huge thing for her. Like,
I
I don't
mean,
know,
in the case of G1, we also have like you can be
activity.
pretty sure in the case of G1 that Cherry Bullet is going to be like busy, like she's
Yeah,
going to go back into the group and she will have something to do. With Doa and Fanatics, that is not so sure.
exactly.
So, mm,
And I even can imagine that, as I said, I don't know who's in the entertainment, and I don't want to talk it that bad because I don't know. I'm not super informed about it, but I even can imagine, because if this is the second show, maybe they sent her with the words like, okay, we planned that you going to win this time because it wasn't enough that she ranked 23 for the group 2 breakthrough, and so the entertainment is maybe going to want her to win being in the group and then coming back maybe and doing some huge push. I guess that's something that the entertainment might plan. It's not, or not, it didn't work out that way. Maybe that's something even more breaking her mentality. I don't know, but I can imagine something like that because I don't see why they are going to put her in that otherwise.
I mean, one thing that's for sure is that it's only to get popularity.
Yeah,
That's that's
definitely.
that's uh that's definitely sure.
Yeah,
So Doa, only the best for you, and
definitely. Yeah,
I hope the
I'm just
future will
hoping the
be
best.
bright for you and your group. Like seriously, you deserve it.
Yeah.
Another one I want to mention shortly, in the same rank as Doa, is Lang Chao,
Mm.
because she has just been a freaking sunshine. Every time she was on screen, like I smiled brightly, and I need her and her sister to do something. This is those two a comedy duo. Like seriously, those two together have been such a blast, and I would love to see them doing something together. The Lang twins, love you.
For that, you can just search on YouTube something like Lang Shao not interview live stream or something like that. She did a little live stream. I guess there are videos in little parts like 3 minutes or something like that. It's totally just her, and so if you liked her, you can enjoy maybe this. And she's kind of talking about the time there, cause.
I need variety shit.
But that's the beginning.
That's how it starts. Um, that's how it starts, but how other things end, I'm going to talk
Mhm.
about now. The last person I want to talk about, I'm not going to push it further. Jongmin, now dropped out of the show. I expected it. It's not like this is a big surprise for me, but still, it is a disgusting feeling. So she has been my number one from the very beginning. Like the first time I saw her introduction video, I was like, okay, that's her. And I mean, she also was able, in my opinion, to showcase her talents.
Mhm.
The only thing that we talked about that may have been missing is to see her as a like full main vocal. That would have been something I would love to see.
Yeah.
But in the Missing You performance, for example, she was displaying what kind of vocal quality is inside of her. So she has shown that her voice is like freaking ready to debut. Her dancing skill is ready to debut. The combination of both, which a lot of other of the members have been struggling a lot with, seems to be no problem for her in any way. Like she has one of the most stable voices when she's performing I
Mhm.
have ever seen. Like even active idols, a lot of them aren't on such a level. So to see someone with such skill, like if I completely exclude all the sympathy that I have for her, just the pure skill getting eliminated, is kind of heartbreaking to me because, in my opinion, without any biasism or whatsoever, I think that Jongmin, if I just go after the skill, would have deserved being still in the show more than other people. Same goes, for example, for Jiyoon, in my opinion.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm really sad about it. Um, that I definitely can't deny. But I'm also looking forward to whatever is going to happen to her now. I mean, she's still young, so there can a lot of stuff going on with her. I mean, she was born 2004. Okay, so that girl is 17. Um, she has still a lot of time to like get into the group and debut. The only thing I'm not quite sure about is her entertainment, because she's in top entertainment, European entertainment. Not quite sure how you properly say it, but that
Yeah.
entertainment. And when I checked it earlier today, I did not really see a lot of trainees there. So I don't know if this is something that will work out for her. Like, I don't see a group there. Maybe they're getting trainees together, or she's changing agencies or stuff like that. But there, I don't see how she's going to get into a group. But nonetheless, whatever's going to happen, if that girl is joining a group someday, you can be sure as hell that I will be standing in the first line, screaming like an idiot, and yeah, annoying everyone else with the fact that I have been there before they were. I have loved her before it was cool.
So
But
that that sounds kind of like a bit you disagree with her dropout.
slightly.
Okay.
Slightly. If I would have called the shots, she'd be number one and everyone else would kiss her feet, okay? But yeah, I'm not the one calling the shots, obviously. But yeah, Jongmin, I love you. Whatever you're going to do in the future, I'll be there. You can be damn sure about that, girl. That's a
Yeah.
big ass pinky promise from me. I'll be with you.
Definitely, there are some girls, especially in the dropout now, to follow her a bit and to look up if they
Hmm.
are in a group. Maybe there's something you're going to follow up.
I mean, let's face it, if we go after the like history of produce girls, they will be in groups. This
Yeah,
is the
definitely.
give them 1-2 years, they will be in groups and debut. So that's why I'm not really concerned about that. I,
I
I,
mean,
I simply have to wait a bit longer.
sadly, sometimes it ends up in some new shit.
Yeah, but
Especially,
not with Jongmin.
example, a store,
Not with
and
Jongmin. No,
maybe they have to do
not
some
with
more.
Jongmin. Not with
Uh,
Jongmin. Stop
okay,
talking about that shit. This is
okay.
negative energy that I want to have in my head right now. There's enough negativity
Jongmin
at the
will
moment.
be on the top of the fourth gen.
Exactly. She will destroy everything.
Okay,
And yeah, Jongmin, love you. If you want to come into the podcast and talk about your journey, feel free to do so. Same
definitely.
goes for all you other girls. Someday it will work, Pain. Someday it will work.
Of course.
Everyone, girls. If you want to talk about your experiences, no matter. Okay, if they're still in the show, they probably aren't allowed to. But if you're allowed to and want to, we are here for you. We are ready to give you an audience, big ass audience,
Yeah.
biggest podcast you can imagine, um, to tell your story, and yeah, just have a nice little chat with two dudes that love you, whoever you are. I love you. Where was I? I completely forgot what I wanted to say. Are
Okay.
you still there?
I'm still there. I
Did
just
I
got
lose my internet again? I hope not.
no no.
That
I
would be really unfortunate event.
my
Yeah,
PC
no,
just exploded.
yeah, but seriously, that was, I think, all we can say about the second ranking announcement. Next time the rankings will be announced, we will have only 18 survivors, and that time it will be without group ratio, just as we said before. It doesn't matter which nationality you're from, you're only getting judged by your votes. And the voting will close on October 9th.
Yep.
And one important thing is you're only able to vote one member per one person per nationality this time. And I think that's it. All that's left to say now is
Mm,
our very last and final corner. Um, my absolute favorite section of this whole podcast, to take our minds off all the people we lost in today's massacre, it's time for one and only fashion with Jingoo. Ladies and gentlemen, what did we have today?
So, let's start with what we have teased in the last episode. Of course, we got the super nice outfit for the song reveal. We already said it was sadly a step back, cause okay, I'm going for the fact that he was kinda full in a dark color, but what was the shirt? Like, what was that? I mean, again,
I
once
want to
again,
quote Hunning Bahi, it is the handsome man.
yeah, once again, but he really loves him. Okay, all of them loves him, but he just needs to do a move, and everyone is like, ah.
But I
But
give her that he is handsome,
yeah,
but
of
his
course,
fashion is questionable.
especially his fashion.
What
This
what
time,
is it on his shirt? Like
yeah,
sometimes I
what
feel
is
like
this?
letters. I see a G in theory, but I'm seriously I have
It's
no clue what those things are supposed to be. This pattern. What is it?
yeah, and I, as a fashion master, can tell you the reason why you don't know, cause your brain can't imagine the art of this kind of fashion, you know?
I mean, by now I kind of have accepted that my mind is too limited to ever fully compute the fashion that Jingoo is like delivering each and every week for us. But I still try, and yeah, I really have to say, I every freaking week I don't make it. I don't make it.
Yeah, but it's no serious. I'm going to talk German because I'm.
Give me the
Why?
German.
Why is
Sapperlot.
why is Mnet going this way and like giving him outfits or bro once I'm talking about that once. If you are, Dingo, I know you listen to this, and if you are choosing this clothing by yourself,
He doesn't.
bro,
He doesn't.
we if I'm in Korea,
We meet
I'm
up.
searching for you.
We meet up and
and,
we go shopping together, dude.
and we change something. But if Mnet is going to do this, yeah, if Mnet with all of Mnet's amazing stylists, why are they going for a dress code like that? Why are they going with the clothes that are just so random? So, like, give him. What is the point of having these letters or signs on it? What is the reason? Why not just wear a black shirt instead? Tell me. Tell me the
Maybe,
benefit of wearing this.
like, the only explanation I have for all of his outfits is that Mnet is like, okay, this dude is just too freaking handsome. And we have to counter that in any way. Otherwise, Bahiyi is just going to melt every time he's entering the room. So we have to do something to protect our girls. That is the only thing that I can imagine.
Mnet, you are so nice. We love you, Mnet. And of course, if you think, don't worry, they are going to, they're just going to step back once to make a better performance and a better appearance for the next stage outfit. Ha! Mnet gotcha. Cause
What the hell is this?
what we witnessed today
Why?
Okay, it's your turn. I'm out.
I mean, it's not like we're asking for much. Each and every week we're sitting here like black suit. Black suit. That's Mnet was like, but I'll give you blue. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Blue? Okay. Dark blue suit? Okay, do that. But Mnet, but there's a twist. What the fuck is this white cola shit? I don't even know. I don't know in any language how you would call this white abomination that is like running through his suit. I have no clue. Those buttons already annoy the shit out of me. Those piercing white buttons. But what is it? Heh? How do you call this? Do you even call this anything?
No.
Like, did they want to match with this outfits like the outlines of the background he was standing before? Like, because in the background I think we saw the girls' planet, like girls' planet written on the wall, also with like only like white outlines. Did they want to like mirror this with his outfit? Or what the hell is this?
Yeah, I mean,
You
it
can't be
starts.
serious about this.
It starts with the color, so that it has some white covering at the end. But
I don't like. I would love to Google for the name, but I have no clue how to Google for this.
no, cause there. Do you know why? Cause this is the same random shit he already had in the outfit before. We had the signs that were completely random, and this stuff here is totally random as well. Why would you do this?
Do you remember
Do this?
back in school, when you were like, you made a mistake, and you had to correct the mistake, and you had this white stuff, this Tipex,
Mm-hmm.
this white pure chemical substance which you would sprinkle on your paper to like cover up the mistakes you made while writing to write over it. I feel
Yeah.
like someone just took this and like outlined the parts of his suit with this. This is
But
how it looks to me.
but on the front there is nothing to or it just seems too random. Like it's not
Yeah,
even the outline in the
that,
front.
yeah. The things I try to see a pattern or something. Like I try to see the symbol that they want to make me see, but I don't see it.
Same, cause there it doesn't make sense to me. And yeah, the buttons for real, for real.
Like my
I'm
eyes hurt when I look at this because it's so white.
it's I said it. It's ugly.
It is.
It's ugly, Mnet. It's ugly. Why are you choosing this? Do you think about the Planet Guardians watching this, Mnet?
I think. I mean, we know that Mnet is watching listening to the podcast. I think that just as it is my favorite segment of the podcast, also Mnet's favorite segment, and they want to make sure that this continues. That's why they give to him this freaking outfits like this each and every week. It's the only
Well,
way to explain this.
Mnet, in that case, good job, you did it.
Yeah, you really annoy the shit out of us each and every week. And
Wow.
yeah, but you have to say they always give us content for that. So
Wow. Wow.
wow.
I'm so excited for next week. I don't know if I do even want to see it, but somehow I want to.
I definitely want it. It's like a car accident. You don't.
Yeah, it's like
you,
a car accident.
You
definitely.
shouldn't look at it. I normally you don't want to look at it, but you have to. You freaking have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just.
I hope it's just polarizing in for us as a topic.
Yeah. And
Incredibly.
because of that, let's just close the topic. That was fashion with Jingoo. Guys,
Yeah, a little thing
yeah.
that came up in my mind, cause we said it, and I just want to make it right. We said 18 of them will survive. That's so far true. But if I'm right, it's 1 to 17 will survive through roads,
Yeah,
and we have
and
one manifest.
right, one
Rigging
person
pass.
will be
Sorry,
voted through the Mnet rigging pass.
it's rigging pass. I have to rigging pass. Okay. It's okay.
You just have to say it often enough until it is fully true. Okay,
Yeah.
guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of the AyoGG K-pop podcast special edition for Girls Planet 999 episode 8. We are slowly approaching the finale of Girls Planet. Guys, let us know your opinions either in the comments below or through the email address in the show notes. Thank you once again for all the people who are already always commenting under
Yes.
the podcast. It's always such an insane pleasure to read your opinions on all of that. And I already can't wait to see your opinions on today's episode. If it has
Definitely.
been equally painful for you, as it has been for me, or if you're like completely happy with everything that happened, you're like, how did you? Yes, how can? If you're like this the whole time, I don't know. But guys, I really hope you enjoyed it. Let us know your opinions, and I hope I see you in the next episode, which will, of course, be released, if I'm not mistaken. Is something that is blocking this? No, I don't think so. Getting released next Sunday. As always on this channel, thank you for your attention, and bye!
See you next week.